talk is about the 8-letter word that is destroying humanity. Please welcome to the stage Ashley Bushman.
There is something that we as humans have not noticed. There is a silent killer among us. Now, it's not the green juice epidemic. It's not yet another strand of the flu. And it's definitely not some mass amount of aliens preparing to attack us. The killer is inside all of us. It's one 8-letter word that is destroying humanity seam by seam.
It's easy to put people in boxes. There's us, and there's them. The high earners, and those just getting by. Those we trust, and those we try to avoid. There's the New Danes, and those who've always been here. The people from the countryside, and those who've never seen a cow. The religious, and the self-confident. There are those we share something with, and those we don't share anything with.
Velkommen. Jeg kommer til at stille jer nogle spørgsmål i dag. Nogle af dem kan godt være lidt personlige, men jeg håber, I vil svare ærligt på dem. Hvem herinde i rummet var klassens klovn? Hvem er bonusforældre?
And then suddenly, there's us. We who believe in life after death. We who've seen UFOs. And all of us who love to dance. We who've been bullied. And we who've bullied others. We who are broken-hearted. We who are madly in love. We who feel lonely. We who are bisexual, and we who acknowledge the courage of others. We who have found the meaning of life, and we who have saved lives. And then there's all of us who just love Denmark. So maybe there's more that brings us together than we think. TV2 Denmark. All that we share.
The 8-letter word that is our silent killer, judgment. Now, in the video you just watched, you saw people separated into groups based on stereotypes and then put into boxes. These groups, in normal circumstances, would never speak or acknowledge each other. But as you saw, one by one, question by question, you saw people who were very different unite over one common country. These people realized that even though they may all have many differences, they are more alike than they are different. We are more alike than we are different. Judgment in our terms today has become something that is just a normal part of activity. In every situation, we unconsciously separate ourselves from those who are different from us. Now, I'm throwing it way back to 2 years ago, a long time for a teenager. Now, I was in regular Texas history. Normally, I would take pre-AP, but on my interest board, Texas history is at the very, very, very bottom. This class, though, was super easy, so I just flew through all of my work. I didn't really know anyone in the class, so I just kept my head down and kind of kept to myself. This invisibility cloak I would put on every day before I entered the classroom was soon stolen by others who wanted me to do all of their work. I was bullied, had things thrown at me, all because I was too smart to be in the class. All because I was just doing what I was supposed to be doing. And this led me to a place where I felt more alone than any other place. This led me to question everything about myself. How I looked, what I wore, how I talked, what I felt, all because of judgment. Now, if you think I'm doing this talk because I have a personal grudge with judgment, I'm not. I'm doing this talk because through my personal experience with judgment, I feel that it truly is humanity's silent killer. When we take away judgment and we just get to know others, we realize how many similarities we have. We realize that even though we may have differences, they bring us together more than they divide us. Now this is gonna blow your mind, unless you're a genome sequencer. Anyone? Anyone? And all I hear is crickets. That's a little awkward. So in genome sequencing, scientists are able to take millions of strands of DNA and read their code to create the entire exact genome of one human. Scientists take these 4 letters, which come straight from the DNA. And these letters include A, T, C, and G. These letters code every characteristic about you. Your eye color, your hair color, whether you have freckles or not. Scientists have been able to conclude that 99.99% of all of our DNA is identical. Exactly identical. 99.99% of your DNA is identical to the person sitting next to you. The part of our DNA that is dividing us, the part of our DNA that is making us judge others, the part of our DNA that is destructing humanity is 0.01% of all of our DNA. 0.01%. So why do we still judge others? Why do we still look at those above us with jealousy and those below us with pity? Because it's the only way we know how. When we were little and we saw someone that lived in a different circumstance with us, our parents unconsciously removed us from this situation. Why are we teaching our kids that when they see someone that is different from them, that they should get to know them better? Take this image, for example. Now, I'm sure many of you have already seen this image, but this shows 2 young kids, one Muslim girl and one Jewish boy, at a protest against the Muslim ban. These kids overlooked the fact that they were 2 different genders. They overlooked the fact that they were 2 different religions, and they just focused on fighting for theirs and others' rights. We need to follow in their tiny little footsteps and realize that judgment isn't worth our time. There are many things in this world that we can't control. How fast the sun rises and the sun sets, the exact moment that we fall in love, and the time when it all ends. But the one thing that we can control is our judgment towards others. When we use judgment in our everyday lives, it destroys our humanity. We should be able to find common ground with those who are different from us and respect them for their differences, because it gives us a new perspective. When we eliminate judgment, We rebond with humanity. And humanity is the whole reason any of us are here today. Humanity gives us joy and hope and life and love. The life full of humanity starts when you are free of judgment. Thank you.